Hi everyone, this is the first movie for PowerPoint Chapter 1 for the pause and practice. So I'm in my Blackboard classroom. I'm going to go into PowerPoint Chapter 1 and go to the assignments. Here it shows my PowerPoint Chapter 1 pause and practice, and it looks like there's several files that I need to look at. So I'm going to download all of them. So this is a PowerPoint, so I'm just going to click on it. It's going to download it. I'm using Chrome, so it downloads to my tray. These three files, if you notice the extension, it's JPEG and PNG files. So I can't just click on them. If I click on them, look at what happens. It actually opens my file up, and we don't want that. We want to save it so we can use it later. So I'm going to right-click while pointing to it, and because I'm using Chrome, I have the Save Link As, and it's going to, I'm going to put it in my downloads. You put it wherever you want it. It's going to be Runners Group 1, JPEG, save it. Runner Woman 1, Save Link As, Downloads, Save, Marathon Schedule, Save Link As, and then you navigate where you want it and then save it. Okay, so now I have all of the files that I need to complete this pause and practice. If you notice, the file that I'm going to submit at the end is your initials PP for pause and practice, PowerPoint Chapter 1-3, meaning there's 3 pause and practices. You're using your textbook. I'm on page P1-27. So PowerPoint starts the little color that's like a kind of a reddish brown at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and start that, and it says we need to open a blank presentation. So don't do the mistake of opening this marathon, because what we're going to do is we're going to use this marathon and pull existing slides into our new presentation. So we need to open up PowerPoint. So I have mine down here in my taskbar. So I'm going to go ahead and open that, and a blank presentation. Okay. So I'm going to turn around and I'm going to save this file. Whoops, you won't get that. File, save as, and then you want to make sure that you put this in a location that you want it to be. So I'm going to just put it here, and we're going to call this your initials. So mine's HJM space PP for pause and practice, PowerPoint Chapter 1-3. Okay, I always like to just go straight to the end file instead of having to rename it. Okay, and it's a PowerPoint. So we're going to go ahead and save. We've saved. Oh, Helen, I'm going to do this again. So sorry about that. My Camtasia thing. So let's do File, New, Blank, File, Save As, and then I'm going to put it in here, HJM, PPP1-3. It's going to give me a message. Okay, cool. All right, so now we have our blank presentation. So we're on step 3. So it says display slide 1. Type the following into the text into the placeholder. So one of the things you want to notice is what kind of slide there is that we're looking at. If you look over here in the Home tab in the Slides group, this layout, you'll see there's all these different types of ways that you can order your slides. Content on your slide, and when you create a new blank one, you're always going to get as a first slide a title slide, and that's what we're looking at right now. So I'm going to follow the directions and say click to add, and I'm going to say take the right steps, and then the subtitle is going to be train, if I can type, for a marathon. Okay. So now I have this slide done, and I want to select a new slide, and it has, I'm sorry, just actually on the we're going to do 2 of them. right? So click the new slide button to add twice to add 2 new slides. So I've got 2 blank slides on there after my title slide. Okay, so if you look at page P1-28 at the top, there's some text that you're going to type in here. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to make sure I'm on slide 2. So if I look over here, I have the orange around the slide I'm on, the one that's selected. What is your goal? Question mark. And then I'm not going to type all of this while you're on, but I do want to show you how to do these bullets. So run the second half faster. So that's one of the goals. So when I hit enter, it's going to put a second bullet in there. Right? And so every time I hit enter, it's just going to put a new bullet in. So I'm going to finish this slide and start slide 3, and then I'm going to pause so that you don't have to sit here and watch me type. Okay, so I have the text for slide 2 done. So I'm going to click over here and go to my slide 3, put my title in, which is up here in this title placeholder. And one of the things in PowerPoint, you want to make sure that you are in the right container when you're manipulating things. So I'm going to start typing this. I'm going to pause this, and then when you come back, this will all be filled in. Okay, so I have slide 3 entered, all the text, and I just wanted you to notice that on both of these slides, all of the bullets are out at the main level, right? And this one in particular looks kind of weird with this or here. So we're gonna manipulate that in a little bit here. But what we want to do first is make sure you're on slide 3, and we want to change this because it's not very balanced, right? So we have all this text on the left and all this white on the right, which would be okay if we're going to put a picture in there. But right now we really just have this text. So I want to change the layout of this slide. So I'm going to come up here to layout and use the down arrow key. And I want to find the one that has like 2 contents, right? So I have a left and a right side and a title. So I'm going to, new slide, I'm down here at the, I'm sorry, that's not true, layout, and then 2 content. So now I have a left column and a right column. I still have my header. And what I want to do is right here where it says join a training group through the end, I'm going to select it. So I just took my mouse and click and drug through it. I'm going to cut that. So I do a Control X. Come to the box on the right and do a Control V to paste, but you can cut and paste in any way that you're comfortable with. I happen to use the shortcut keys on the keyboard keys. So okay, so now what we want to look at is I'm on step 5E where it says select the middle 2 buttons on the right placeholder. So that's this enjoy camaraderie and be accountable. These are really reasons for joining a training group. So they should be indented. So all I need to do is select them, and really if you have your hand on the keyboard, you can hit the tab key. The other way that you can do that is right up here in this paragraph group, there's an increase and decrease indent. So you can use the ribbon to do that, or you can use the keyboard. So let me show you here. I did a tab. If I decided I wanted to go back, Shift Tab will take me back. Tab will take me to the right. Same thing here. I can decrease or increase indent, whatever way. If you've got your hand on the keyboard, it's often nice to just go ahead and hit the Tab key. Okay. So we want now to insert 3 slides from the presentation that we downloaded, right? That marathon. So we want to display slide 3, and we want to use the new slide, not the picture, but the words new slide. Click that down arrow, and we're going to scoot on past all of this, and we're going to say reuse slides because we already have these slides. We want to just use them in this presentation. So we're going to select reuse slides, and now this panel on the right opens. We're going to browse a file, and you have to remember where you stored your marathon. I put mine in downloads. I'm going to select marathon and open. So I want to select practice runs, eat energy foods, and get running apparel. So I'm going to click, click, click. As I click, do you see the slides are now appearing in the presentation that I'm working on? I have reused all the slides that I want from that marathon. So I'm going to close that panel up and come back here. I'm going to save this file right now because I really have done quite a bit of work. I don't have to redo it if something would happen. So now I'm looking at this and I realize that I don't have them in the order that I want, right? So we want to make sure that these are in take the right step. What is your goal? Then the third one is start early to be ready. And then get running apparel. So it's down here at 6 and I want it to be up here between 3 and 4. I want it to be the new 4. So I click, hold, and just drag it there and let it go. So start early to be ready, get running apparel, eat energy food needs to come up next, and then practice runs. So now they're in the order that I want, and I want to put a new slide in. Okay, so I want to be on 6, and I'm going to insert a new slide. It's going to put it in after whatever I'm sitting on. So my new slide would become 7. So we're going to do new slide, the words, because we want to select the layout of title only. So we're going to click on title only, and we're going to say, look it up, exclamation point. I'm going to pause here. Okay, so look it up. If I can type, sorry, I keep getting instant messages here. I'm going to pause again. Okay, so I typed look it up, and now what I want to do is select the text in the placeholder and change it to 72 points. We're going to make it big. 72 points, by the way, is a 1-inch tall letter. And I want to duplicate this for slide 8. So one of the ways to do that is to do over here on the on this thumbnail pane here, Control D. Control D. And then we're going to change look it up to mark it down. And then we're going to come back over here and do a Control D again and change the mark it down to see you there. And I'm going to save. And then this is the end of the pause and practice 1-1. So I'll start the next movie on pause and practice 2. Thank you.